this lesson, you will learn how to parametrize your test cases in ALM Octane, which either you have imported from the Excel file or you have created directly in ALM Octane. So let's go into the quality module to see how this works. In the quality module, I would like to parameterize test case for create sales order. So I need to navigate to my module sales, select the tests tab, and now I can see the first one is create sales order, and here I can see the steps, the test scripts which is described in order to execute the test. If I would run it, it will look like this. If I execute it, it will open the manual runner, and you can see exactly this is how the test case is represented. This is fine. I will say this is just skipped. It's fine. Now, in order to use parameters here, I first need to upload a data table. So a data table can be either created directly in ALM Octane and then be used within Octane, or I can say I would like to import a new table. So therefore I need to click on create, and on the hamburger menu on the very right side I can say import table, and when I do an import it will allow me to select an Excel formatted file which is represented in this format. So you can see here I have a sales order template for data order where I have different tabs, and this is also important to organize your data into different data sets, we call it in ALM Octane, which are represented by the sheet. And you can see the format is the first row is reserved for the columns, and after the first row the second row contains the data, so you can enter the order types here, the sales org, this channel, and so on. Same for, this is for the standard order. You have the credit memo as well as the debit memo, where the order type is changed, and you have all the different data related to it. So you can upload this kind of file directly into ALM Octane and then start parameterizing your test. So let's do it. I will now import the table. From here you can download an example file similar to the test cases, a sample Excel file which has a predefined format, and this you can fill out to upload your data. But I've done it already, so let me select my data table which is here. I select my data.order XLS and say import. And now Octane is importing the data and create the data sets. Let's see. Data table is successfully imported. So what I can do now is I can directly, first of all, remove this data table from test and select here the data table which I have imported. And you can see all the data which I had in my Excel sheet is now imported, and for each of the sheets a separate data set is created. So this is great, because then I can fully parameterize my test and link it to the different parameters I have now in the test. So let's now see how you can link your test script, the test steps, with the parameters from your data table. So first of all, let's start with the sales org. This is then, let's save it first. So, and now I can press Ctrl and space, and it will show me all the different parameters which are in the table, and I can now select the parameter I need here. So this is sales org. Sorry, you don't need this special character. You can just do it without the character. Just Ctrl and space. It will open the list, and this is the disk channel. This is fine. Then Ctrl space is division. Control space is sales office. Oops. Control space is now sales group. And we go on with the ship to party, sold to party. So let's do it quickly. and then we are most probably done. So that's it. So this is how I have parameterized the test by importing the data into my environment. And what I can do now is when I execute a test, I have different options. What I can use, I can say I want to take the data set which is standard, or I want to use the debit memo or the credit memo, and it will run in all rows. So I can say this is fine. Let's say standard order, let's run. And it opens now the same test, but with different iterations. So I can say the first one is fine. And if I don't need any other iteration, I can just say skipped. So you continue, you skip the ones you don't need. The ones you need, you can really execute. And this is the way it works. So once you are completed, just press stop. And in the runs, you will see that this run is passed. And you have a report on the different areas which were executed and successfully. And what else you can see here is you can, in this runs tab, you can have the data set represented as well as the data table is not here. Okay, so the data set is represented, and if I would now execute another one like credit memo or debit memo, they will be listed here as well. So let's do it quickly. This time I don't go for the dataset standard. I say credit memo and execute only the first one. The rest can be skipped. So let's say this is fine, and the rest is just skipped. So, and that's it. Now I have two execution. One is for the first, the standard dataset. The other one is for the credit memo. And in this way, you can really make your test cases more flexible and focus on the areas by defining data tables and uploading data tables and defining the different data sets and manage it in a more reusable manner, your test cases you have created in ALM Octane.